Uy, huwag kayong kay Christian, ha? Beshi na kami ni Christian Esguerra ngayon.
Diba?
Yung mga nagmamarites dyan. Hindi totoo yan. Batman, Superman kami. Friendships kami. Nakita mo yung picture namin?
Nakita ko. Nakubuti naman finally.
Oo. Oo. Para tingnan mo nakikita pag nagsasama yung mga liberal. Bakit kayo?
Mga paborito ng cult.
Ayun.
Coalition of Asian liberals.
Ayan.
Cult talaga na paisip mo ng cult.
CALD. C-A-L-D.
Oh.
Parang Council of Asian Liberals and Democrats, diba?
Cult. Akala ko sinabi ko
Cult.
cult. Sabi ko po.
Ako never ko na-imbita rin. Hindi kasi ako liberal democrat eh.
Pero ako, inimbita ako ng komunista din.
Ano ka ba? Mare-red tag yan. So, ibig
Okay
sabihin,
lang.
komunista ka.
Pero
No,
yung
no,
sa
no.
red tag eh, ang tingin sa kanya right wing.
Ayaw nga. Ito, right wing.
Just to be clear, Peron. You know Juan Peron, di ba? Yung
Yes.
Argentina.
Yes.
Labor union, military, putting together, that was all.
Fascist, in short.
Peronismo. Peronismo. Oh my God. Ang dami natin pag-usapan. Let's start first with the man of the hour. Man of the hour. Ikaw, kamusta na? Stock market 6% down. Tesla 14% down.
Yes.
Bitcoin, I don't know about Bitcoin, but I'm looking at my little portfolio thanks to you. It's not doing very well, brother. I'm losing money as we speak.
Right, pero alalahanin nyo that even with all the bad news of the trade war, Trump's tariff war, pag tinignan mo, yes, the overall market is down, but pag tinignan, well, I'm gonna talk about Bitcoin lang sandali. That Bitcoin
Sure,
is the
sure.
one that's not truly affected. Bumaba siya pero nag-hold siya at the support level. Ibig sabihin nun,
Proof
na
siya.
kahit na anong bad news ngayon, mukhang hindi na yan bababa. So ngayon, ang ibig sabihin nun ay magre-reverse na yan. By the third quarter, packet na yan, tuloy-tuloy pa rin ang bull cycle pagdating sa Bitcoin.
In spite of the idiotic trade war.
Yes, kasi nung nag-trade war, nung in-announce 2 days ago, di ba? Yung tapos retaliatory tariffs yung China, malala.
34%.
Oo, malala. Nung nangyari yun, bumagsak talaga, bumagsak pa din. Bitcoin, gumanon.
Tawan-tawa ako sa mathematics nun eh.
Ay, sus.
Ay, yung formula nila.
Meron ka trade surplus, no?
Divided by two.
Divided by the total imports.
And then, divided by 2.
Oo,
Tapos percentage.
equals the tariff. Saan ba yun? Saan sako ng go-go pinulit yung...
Sabi nung iba, what they did daw to that is, parang what that is to economics is what astrology is to astronomy. Di ba? Yung parang science versus
Tapos
mambo jumbo.
10% tariff. No?
Yeah.
Even doon sa mga bansa
Na
ikaw yung kumikita.
Yes.
No? Sa Pilipinas,
Grabe.
ang trade surplus ng US ay 10 to 11 billion dollars. Tapos,
Meron tayo ngayong 17%.
tapos, talagyan ka ng 17%. Parang,
Yeah.
natatawa yung mga economists eh.
Well,
Nakikita mo talaga na yung paggawa nila ng tariff ay parang binunot lang talaga sa thin air na ito na lang gawin nating way of measuring. And you can tell ang gumawa ng talagang hindi economics mismo kahit graduate man lang. Hindi.
actually, na-meet ko siya.
Na-meet mo talaga?
Meron kaming event last year. It's called the China, parang Stockholm Forum. Kasi sila Build, yung Swedish Prime Minister. Anyways, andun siya. Siya yung guy na yan. Number 2 siya ni Lighthizer, yung guy na nag-trade negotiator with Reagan.
Okay.
Yung nagganyan sa Japan.
Okay.
Remember, there was once upon a time, Japan was like knocking on the door, buying, everything. Kaya nga nabwisit si Trump, diba, sa Japan.
Yes.
If you watch The Apprentice, you could soon nagalit siya sa mga Arab sheikhs na mayayaman, mga Japanese na new tech billionaires, at saka welfare queens daw and labor unions. Ito yung 4 na kalaban niya. That's how it was born. And yung ginawa ni Lighthizer back then, he was a young trade negotiator. He forced Japan to revalue their currency para hindi competitive yung export nila,
Okay.
to reduce it. So now, yung bata na yan ay chief trade negotiator ng US. Kasama namin sa event, and I'll tell you what, in that event, lahat European, ako lang Asian, tinanong ko, should we also de-risk from Trump? Because everyone was talking about China, threat
Yes.
from China. I said, hey, what about Trump? What if he does something crazy? Guess what? No one answered my question. Ngayon, who's having the laugh? So I, as the Asian, saw what was coming.
Asian ka ba? Like kasi
I mean,
parang European ka na eh.
Sir Ronald, Southern Europe, just to be clear, Palermo, just to be clear. No, but binabalik mo naman eh. Alam mo, nagkaroon kami ng safe house na all host. Best-selling siya. Alam mo bakit? 5% lang yung contribution niya. 92% sa akin.
Nagsalita.
Yung
Hindi ko
3%,
pinasalita, bilagro.
Nagsalita lang ako para banatan yung kanya 92%.
so, si Sir Ronald,
Kabanat ka lang talaga.
hindi talaga siya bilib sa sabi ko, I'm a victim of misinformation. I'm gonna...
Ano kung sasabi mo niya, kinuha niya, yung legitimate naman daw yung kwan.
Yung grievances.
Yung,
Oo.
grievances ng mga Duterte, ng mga ganun-ganon, etc. Kung anong legitimate dun?
You wanna expound on that now? Kasi social media na tayo.
Kasi gano'n, 5% dun sa sinabi ko, banat sa kanya 92%. Linawin natin, linawin natin.
Basically, it was a Haydarian safe house show. I thought, sabi ko, tapos na yung news cycle. Huwag na natin balikan yung that all brouhaha about HDI and stuff. Binalik nung...
Nagpapaliwanag siya sa presinto.
Pero galit pa ako sa pulis. Bakit? Ikaw ba?
Nagpapaliwanag sa presinto. Kaya, pitik-pitik ko gano'n, no?
Okay. Pitik muna natin si Trump bago ako. So, I mean, Sir Ronald, I mean, bilang a resident leftist, isn't this a good news na end of the free trade era na ito? Wala na yung globalization, all of that liberalism, liberalism nonsense.
Kaso, bumalik ka doon sa 1920s,
Yun lang.
1930s protectionism.
Yeah.
Which is also bad, no?
Dangerous,
So,
yeah.
Malinaw naman yung criticism natin sa neoliberal globalization. No?
Yeah.
It increased global wealth,
Aha.
but it also increased inequality.
Because much of it went to the top 1%.
Ganun, no?
Yeah.
Kaya, totoo naman yung kanyang kahinaan, totoo naman yung kanyang mga weaknesses, etc., vulnerabilities. No? Pero yung ginawa ni Trump, I doubt kung anti-neoliberalism.
Ano lang siya, anti lang siya for the sake of it. But speaking of, since you said I'm European, and I want to get right this, I'll go back to Bitcoin by the way shortly. Actually, what Europe is now looking at is yung kanilang nuclear option is to tax big time etong mga tech oligarch friends ni Trump. So, Twitter, even Google, Amazon, lahat ng mga big tech companies kasi EU is the second largest market for digital market. Yun daw nang itatax nila ng big time pang gante dun sa kabila. And the Europeans, actually, for the first time, I heard the Europeans basically saying, ineche puwera tayo.
Yes.
We're the second largest economic bloc if you put it together. We're not something small. So actually, nabastos na sila sa Trump eh. I've never seen Europeans like that. They're very prim and proper and nice, but in Brussels, parang medyo nagaganan na sila eh. Nagaganan na sila, parang wait na, akala nila pichugin lang kami.
Yeah.
We have our own leverage to.
Yun yung ma-explore sa Europe. Na hindi lang ang alternative dito ay protectionism. Ang
Yeah.
alternative dito is social welfare. Ibalik
Right.
nila sa ethos na yan. No, na social protection. No, yun yung dapat isama nila dito sa gera nito. Huwag lang simpleng trade war with the US. No? Ipakita nila na mas superior yung kanilang system by creating more avenues for social protection.
But what does that have to do with tariffs when you talk about social protection? What exactly are you referring to in this case?
Well, pinapamprime mo kasi yung mga tao mo eh. No? Na para sila ay magkaroon ng stake sa economy.
Yes.
So, ibig sabihin, yung economy mo should serve social goals. Ang sinasabi mo, kung ganun yung ethos ng economy mo, ay malaki yung possibility na umangat yan, lalo na laban do sa uri ng economy sa US na basically concentration of wealth. Dahil ang sinasabi mo kasi, okay, puprotektahan namin yung aming economy, pero ang puprotektahan namin yung aming local elites. No?
Yeah.
Yun yung
Oligarchs.
Ayaw
Oligarchs.
natin sa protectionism.
Yeah.
Na protecting not the people of your country, but protecting your oligarchs.
Right.
No? Ayaw natin ng ganung klaseng bakbakan. No? Labanan ito ng mga nationalist oligarchs against each other. No?
Yeah.
Which is very pre-World War II.
Yeah.
Ikaw, you were based in Canada. I mean, Canada is like elbow up and all of that. What the hell? Wow, like Canada going really
I know.
aggressive.
Yeah,
That's
but
another interesting.
Canada is like Europe in North America.
Like
terms of-
Europe in North
Yeah.
America.
In terms of social welfare. In terms
Yes.
of social welfare.
Hindi lang, at saka culturally,
Yes.
social sila.
At saka yung inclusivity.
Yeah.
Siyempre, maraming problema pa rin ang Canadian society. Pero kumpara sa US.
Kumpara sa US,
Yeah.
malayo. Kasi nalahan nyo sa Canada, no, pinakaiba ng Canadian sa United States. Sa United States, they call it a melting pot
Yeah.
ng mga iba't ibang kultura. Sa Canada, we're called a mosaic. In other words, we're distinct. Each culture is distinct. yet it all blends together.
Together.
So pag makakita ka ng mga Muslims doon,
They have their own world.
Oh,
Okay.
pero everyone gets along.
Chill
Talagang
lang.
walang kulay. Yung ganun kami talaga sa mga Canadians. That's why, nung sinabi ng US, where they're gonna tariff Canada and they're no longer friends and enemies sa trato sa amin.
Unite.
Oo, nag-unite lahat lalo. And even the liberals against the conservatives, all keep together and said, screw you.
And lumipat pa, di ba? Yung mga ibang American na immigrants, they went to Canada.
Yeah, kasi
Students,
ang
yeah.
nakita mo dito no, is, again, I always say, pag may bad thing na nangyari, may good thing na tatapat doon. The good thing was, nag-band together ng Canadians, even Europeans, nag-band together na. And there is a new world order that's happening right now. And the US will be excluded in that new world order.
Do you think the Canadians would want to join the European Union? I know it sounds crazy, but there are discussions on that.
Yes, that's actually. But
Uy,
remember,
lang
kasi
Canada.
Canada is under the British monarchy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oo.
Commonwealth
So,
sila,
it's
yeah.
not really far-fetched that will happen, and that's in the talks right now.
Yeah.
Well, except Britain is out of EU. It's like, baka sila yung British na
Right.
magsasali.
You're right, ano. Pero we're more aligned with European values than we are with
Exactly.
American values.
Tama ka.
So that's the thing about Canadians. Tapos hindi lang yun. Huwag mo kalimutan that yung the trade war, nung in-announce, nagulat ako dito. Apparently, yung mga nasa current trade agreement ng US and Canada under NAFTA, if I'm not mistaken, remains the same. It's still tax-free. Sinabi na ni Trump,
right.
which is weird. Kaya pag makita mo yung table na lumabas, wala yung Canada at Mexico doon.
Because
So, he rescinded the
But
original.
70% ng
import trade nila,
imports ng oil ng US ay from Canada.
Yeah.
No? Kaya tatamaan yung kanilang
and all their
power-
cars is
power
from
grids.
Mexico. Yeah.
Yes.
Oo. Diba? So, yung unang salbo, ang tinirete ni Trump was Mexico and Canada and of
Yeah.
course China. Pero, kung titignan mo yung calculation, ang laki ng negative impact sa US kung gagawin nila yung trade war na yun with Canada.
But you know-
ang kanilang ganti, yung gatas ng Canada. Pero pwede namang hanapan ng market
Right.
ng Canada yun eh.
Yes.
Ang shift ngayon ng Canada is towards Asia and Europe.
Yeah.
Away from the US.
Kaya talagang kaya talagang Trump had to eat his own words. Bumawi siya talaga doon kasi yung automakers sobrang apektado.
Yeah.
Talagang sinabi na Trump, if you
Detroit
do this,
area, yeah. They're
Wow.
dead. They're dead without Canadian inputs.
absolutely. And remember, the trade of auto parts within Canada and the US is not one way.
Yeah,
it
it's
is
two-
literally
yeah,
multi-way.
Naka-integrated supply
It's
chain.
completely integrated.
But I want to say something. There's one theory na the reason why ang tinira mostly Asia and Europe dito is basically US wants to create a North Americana essentially supply chain, right? Like Mexico will be its China, like Canada will be, I don't know, Singapore. So you get what I'm saying? And Saudi Arabia or something like that. But the US, kumbaga, yung NAFTA, gagawin niyang center of the global economic bloc or an alternative economic universe. And
May nagsulat nga na itong ginagawa ni Trump is similar to the Cultural Revolution ni
Yung,
Mao Zedong.
yeah.
Wow.
Sa Financial Times to, di ba?
Babaguhin mo yung buong kultura eh.
Yeah.
Buong kultura, hindi lang binabago yung economy. Babaguhin mo yung kultura sa US.
Actually,
na basically siya yung center ng globalization.
Yes.
Ha? Together with all its ills, of course. No? Pero yung ginagawa niya ngayon ay baka counterproductive, not only to the world, but to himself.
Yes.
No? Yun yung mangyayari sa kanya rito. Tatamaan siya. Mga inflation. Balak na sana, bumaba inflation. Tataas ang inflation dito. Kaya yun na nga yung mga kausap ko ng mga businessmen sa US eh. Tinigil muna nila yung kanilang negosyo eh.
Yeah.
Dahil delikado yung disruption
Yeah,
eh.
exactly.
Tapos yung stock market nagbabagsakan.
6%
Diba?
nasa
Oo.
kanina, grabe.
Kaya delikado sila at this point.
Yeah.
Tapos yung plano nila na baguhin o kaya ay buhayin yung US in the industry at manufacturing ay parang ano mangyayari yun? Lalo na kung kasabay nito ay ine-expel mo yung mga migrants.
Yes.
Eh yung base na yung industry at this point are migrants.
Yep.
Di ba? Yung nag-harvest ng iyong mga prutas
Yep.
sa farms ay mga migrants. Eh, wala namang mga puti at saka mga US
Na gusto magtrabaho
na gusto
sa
magtrabaho
ganun,
sa ilalim ng init ng araw.
Yeah.
Yung mga kolekta ng basura,
Yep.
yung drainage,
Yep.
yung kanilang mga kasambahay, yung caregivers,
Yep.
yung mga nag-walk the dog.
Yep.
No, dahil
Even
puro
manufacturing.
migrants yan, no?
Even sa auto workers,
Yeah,
marami
exactly.
migrants na yun eh.
Oo, kaya paano mo aayusin yan? Dahil yung mga Caucasians naman, ayaw nila ng ganyung trabaho. Ayaw nila ng blue-collar work.
O sige, I'll push back on that one. Tingin ko talaga kasi ang problema kaya dumadami din ang krimen sa US. Ano? Kasi di ba medyo maraming krimen, homelessness, maraming ngayon sa US.
New York's, yeah,
In all
that's
the urban
crazy.
centers,
Yeah.
right? So bakit? Kasi walang trabaho yung mga tao. I just want to push back and say, like, baka naman what he's thinking is, walang trabaho nga dahil wala na nga karamihan ng mga manufacturing jobs na napupunta na nga sa mga ibang bansa tulad ng China.
O sa kanilang mga billionaires. Sobrang kayamanan ngayon ng mga American billionaires.
No, because the economy shifted away from real manufacturing to
Yes.
digital.
Yun,
To digital.
So,
Yeah.
ibig sabihin, may problema yung
Structure.
actually, yung
Structure na economy.
So
no?
you're saying it's not because of the shift away from manufacturing, but the evolution
Yeah.
of the type of jobs available.
Service, finance-oriented, and now tech.
Homelessness, crime are effects of a rotten system.
Oo.
So, pupuntahan mo, ano yung problema ng system? No?
So, dito-
which help create this homelessness, this
But that
crime.
means he'll go against his own best friends and allies, or including himself, right?
But what I'm saying is it possible ba that maybe in his mind, and maybe there's some logic to it na, well, karamihan kasi ng mga tao that cannot work in the IT or in all of the
Yeah, you're right.
technological,
Yun yung Rust Belt.
Yun
yung Rust Belt.
Trabaho, then to give it here. And
Yeah, but are they gonna be competitive, right?
Yun ang
Because you're first of all, if that means you American consumers will have to pay twice more
Yeah,
for
that
the
is
same
the point.
car.
So this was interesting. May nagbigay ng
Then, magkaroon ng jobs, but paano yung consumers?
Are mostly more educated than
okay, the locals, right?
Oo, diba?
Oo nga.
Pupunta ka sa mga embassies. Karamihan na nagtatrabaho sa embassies na sumisigaw doon sa nag-a-apply ng visa are just high school graduates.
Yes.
Tapos yung ini-interview nila ay college graduates.
Yes.
So, may mga masteral, no? So, tapos yan yung pupunta sa
Yan ang-
US, mas matatalino yan, no? Mas willing mag-take ng extra hours.
Okay.
No? Yung mga nasa US, ayaw magdagdag ng ayaw mag-overtime.
Yes.
So, may ganung klaseng labanan, no? Between yung pan mo.
Nagjo-Joe Rogue ka na naman, Sir Ron.
Oo.
Sir Ron, makakancel na naman tayo sa US. But please,
There was
please.
one thing
Yeah.
I wanted to add when it comes to the trade surplus, trade deficit, and the tariffs, ito. Yung may gumawa ng computation, sabi niya, magkano isang t-shirt? Pag galing
Yeah,
China.
exactly.
Sabi natin,
Or Vietnam, or Vietnam.
$1. Para yung mga nice dry fit shirts sa mga
Yeah.
brands dyan, like mga
Yeah.
Nike or Adidas, mga gano'n. $1. Lagyan mo na kahit na 50% tariff, it becomes $150.
Yeah.
Right? Cost. Kahit na sabi mo, gawa ka na ngayon ng trade tariff, hindi na magkukuha ng mga produkto or hindi na gagawin sa China, they're gonna make it in the States. How much? $20 for the
Yeah,
exact.
they're
The
not
labor cost
competitive.
is sobrang
Yeah,
competitive.
hindi sila competitive.
Na gawin mo local, patay pa rin ang ano mo, patay yung mga negosyo mo. They're not gonna survive.
Pero popular kasi, labanatan mo ang migrants. So,
Yeah, they're the punching bag.
Yeah.
Mas mahalaga yun as a,
Finding the common enemy.
alam mo naman na may problema rin. Pero, we-weaponize mo siya.
Yes.
Sabi nga nung isang research na nagsimula yung conspiracy theory na yan ng mga MAGA at saka
Yung replacement theory, great replacement.
Yung weaponize ng Cambridge Analytica yung loneliness ng middle-aged white Americans. Meron ang sektor na gano'n na parang malungkot,
Yes, yes.
iniiwan ng mga asawa,
White males.
white male, middle-aged, ha?
Yes.
So, weaponize mo yan.
Are these like old post-incel?
Yes.
Post-incel.
Weaponize mo yan against white. Doon nagsimula yung Cambridge Analytica.
Yeah.
Yung data analytics nila.
Yun.
I-weaponize mo yan, yung
Manipulative.
gadget na yan, at mag-create ka ng target. Ang target mo ay yung, tingin itong mga middle-aged white Americans, yung kanilang target ay yung mga umagaw ng kanilang trabaho, umagaw ng kanilang mga asawa, umagaw ng kanilang mga girlfriend. Ganun yan, weaponizing loneliness.
That's the Karl Rove kind of. But let me. You were trying to do. I think just to be fair, I'm trying to also see where the logic could be. One logic is medyo galit na rin ako. No, my one logic is talagang binaboy ng China yung international free trade system.
Yes.
They have been using subsidies, all sorts of different ways to distort the international system. Alam natin yan that a lot of Chinese cars are actually below market production cost.
Yeah.
You cannot compete with it. That's why even the Europeans are imposing tariffs on the BYDs and
Yes.
Chinese cars. So, nag-cheat talagang China.
Yeah, I
Trump
agree.
is correct. Trump is
Really.
correct. The China
China is using the weaknesses of the US economy. No?
Or-
In-exploit niya yung mga structural weaknesses niya.
Sure. Or that the greed of the Wall Street and other big oligarchs in the US who were making good money off China.
Out of China.
Exactly.
Yes.
The biggest consumer.
So parang bumalik ka din, galing US din naman yun, took advantage of
Yeah.
China, then China takes advantage of
Exactly.
US. And therefore, who gets rich?
But
Others. Nobody else.
bro,
Well, ang akala kasi nila, makoko-op nila yung China into the globalized economy led by the Americans.
Right.
Di ba? Noong 1980s naman talagang all out sila kay Deng Xiaoping.
Yes.
Di ba? Tinulungan nila.
Reform and
Co-op nila.
ano yun.
Ang problema nila ay yung China kasi ay experts in the long game. Sige, papayagan namin.
For now.
Papayagan namin na ma-integrate kami sa inyo para ma-develop yung aming economy. Pero hindi niya yan hawak.
But the Tiananmen also happened. Kaya natakot si Deng Xiaoping. In fact, on his deathbed, tinanong kay Deng Xiaoping, according to parang isang anak ng translator niya, what was your parang biggest achievement? Sabi niya, biggest achievement ko is I opened the economy but not the politics. Meaning I helped the one-party system. Otherwise, we'll be like Soviet Union. But I want to talk about Russia because there's another theory here. Remember, these tax tariffs that Trump has imposed, he can reverse them.
Yes.
What does that mean? Lahat ng mga kumpanya at ibang bansa will line up to Trump and beg for revision of that.
Exactly.
That is
exactly what he
basically is going to be like Putin in Russia, sitting back and the oligarchs coming to.
I think the economy will eventually balance itself out. That it will come to a point where mag-normalize yan and whatever it is, magkakaroon ng shift lang yan in a way. I just don't want...
Well, in the meantime, many people could die of hunger and all of that. Yeah.
I think Trump is counting that it will eventually balance itself out and then he'll take the credit and say, tingnan mo, it all worked out in the end.
Except, bro, that might take a long... I mean, that's
Yes.
the J.D. Vance line that in the long term, it will structurally transform U.S. Except they have midterm elections in 2 years from now.
Yeah, yun
And
lang.
bugbog ang Republicans in 2 years. If inflation is high, if egg is expensive, if jobs are not
Baka
coming.
masyado niyang overestimate yung invisible hand.
Yeah.
Capitalism.
Right. And that is a strong hand. I agree with that. At tanong ko, first of all, is he even allowed to run a third term?
No.
They're trying to push for it, but it will require some big...
For him to even be talking about it is not a good thing. I mean, that makes him look like he's trying to hold on to power.
Pero very confident kasi siya dahil hawak niya yung Supreme Court.
And Congress.
Ayun pa,
And
ayun.
Congress.
But in 2 years, baka mawala sa kanya ang Congress.
Very narrow yung remember
Yeah,
he
okay.
reconsidered his UN ambassador position because he was scared that they might lose their majority in the Congress.
Right.
And once the Democrats take that back, they're gonna fight to the hell.
Saka he's almost 80. So he's not getting any younger also.
Age niya si Digong, no? Crazy, no?
Sino crazy? Trump o si Digong? Or the fact that they're the same age?
Well,
Pero
Trump
may method yung madness nila.
Yes.
and the madness is the method.
At sabi nga pala ni Senator Bato, dun sa 2 days ago,
Ay,
sabi
nako.
na
Ito na.
parusahan ni
Ni
Trump
Trump,
ang mga
sumuporta sa
arrest
surrender.
ni Digong, no? Parang-
Suddenly, wala na yung sovereignty kay suddenly, all this talk about paano yung sovereignty ng Pilipinas. Hindi, Trump, parusahan niya sila.
Hindi, mas believe sa ako si Belgica, yung sa Russian president, nag-send ng letter sa Kremlin. Sabi ko, bakit English? Dapat Cyrillic yun para ma-appreciate nila na ChatGPT niya in Cyrillic.
You know, these idiots coming out of the woodwork, di ba?
Are they coming out? They were there in the Malacanang woodwork before. They're just coming back.
Tsaka mas marami. Mas marami. Kaya, ang okay dyan, nagmumukha tayo matalino.
Without trying.
Wala akong problema na mukha tayong matalino, hindi. Basta mukha silang
Actually, hindi tayo
syunga.
matalino. One-eyed ko lang tayo.
Huwag niyo ako isama kasi ako basta pro-Donald Trump ako. But let's speak about the Philippines kasi basically General Torre the other day was saying, loud minority lang yung DDS na yan. Majority naman pro-ICC. It's quite interesting for him to say that, meaning he's confident that the majority of Filipinos are behind him. He didn't use the usual argument that legally tama. He's also making the argument that politically sound. What do you think about, why would General Torres say that? And do you think it makes sense na loud minority lang talaga mga DDS?
You know, of course, ang labanan sa politika, and I'm sure si Edu here knows this, yung labanan na it's a question of parang representation of power. Para pinapakita sa tao, because people really move towards the mob rule eh. Yun naman yun eh, di ba? So pag naramdaman nila that more people are shifting one way or the other, marami sumasama.
Herd mentality.
The herd mentality,
Yeah.
right? The Pied Piper syndrome yan, di ba?
Yeah.
So yun yung ginagawa ni General Torre by claiming that is to announce to people that, hey, don't be afraid. Mas marami tayo. And then now you feel like you're safer because of the numbers. That's a good
Yeah.
strategy. I think that is really how the politics...
And he's from Mindanao, right? He's from Mindanao, right?
Yeah, dati rin siya Iglesia ni
No.
Cristo.
Oh.
Pero yung sinasabi rin niya ay hindi lang niya kinuha sa hangin eh.
May yes.
May datos.
thesis,
Oo.
may science din siya. Dahil may mga kasi
Pag-aaral.
may mga surveys,
Yeah.
may mga data rin supporting na may silent majority talaga. At yung tumataas, nagsisimulang lumaki, yung even in Mindanao, yung nag-agree na dapat talagang may accountable si Duterte.
Yes.
No, halimbawa, itong latest SWN survey, 29% lang ang nag-disagree doon sa accountability ni Digong sa ICC. So, Mindanao yan ha. Tapos yung isang bailiwick nila, yung Visayas, 62%, almost
Yeah.
two-thirds. Ang tingin, dapat ay hold accountable si Digong dito sa ICC.
Oo.
No? At ngayon, na magsisimula na yung trial, lalabas na talaga yung mga ebidensya, lalabas na yung mga biktima, tingin ko madadagdagan pa yan. Kaya itong Senate hearing ni Amy, isang attempt na buhayin pa rin yung narrative nila.
Yes.
Na kawawa na.
Which one? Yung first or second?
Pareho. Pareho. Ang habol dyan ay balikan yung narrative na natatapos na kasi, nawawala na kawawa naman si
Yeah.
Digong, no?
At illegal
Dolo na,
yung arrest.
no? Illegal, binayolate yung kanilang
Yes.
rights, no? Tayo ay ginagawa ng province ng The Hague. Yung The Hague mismo kasi province yun eh. Dapat sinabi niya, province ng Netherlands.
Right. Oh.
So, mali, yung...
Sir Ronald, parang ang taas ng tingin mo sa kanila na you think these people understand basic geography and all of that. Hindi nga nila alam na actually yung Sub-Sahara is a geographic...
Medyo tumaas yung pagtingin sa kanila. No? Pero yun yung binubuhay nila uli eh. Pero hindi nakakayanin eh. Kaya nga nauunawaan
Ang sablay ng province of faith.
without defending yung hindi pagdalo ng mga cabinet secretary, nauunawaan ko kung bakit. Maliban sa may hatol na sa kanila si Ivy, ay ayaw nilang buhayin yung narrative
Yes.
ng mga DDS nung first week ng arrest ni Digong. Dahil pawala na yun eh.
Oh, at saka hindi lang yun, napansin ko. Kahit nung tinignan mo yung mga Senate hearing, yung first Senate hearing compared to the second one, tinignan ko yung
Yes.
viewership. Ang baba ni viewership nung kaya ni Hans, walang nanood.
Wala.
Kumbaga, pagdating sa
Nilangaw.
TV ratings, bagsak yan, talo yan sa ratings.
Kahit nandun yung ambassador ni Jesus Christ.
Oo, kahit nandun yung ambassador.
Kahit naka-zoom in si Bongo.
Wala. Star-studded sila sa kanilang mga pag-imbita ng mga guest performers. Wala.
Wala.
Walang binatbat.
Walang Andrew E. Walang Andrew E.
Sabay doon, yung press ko ni Atty. Claire Castro, nung time na yun, nagsabay. Mas marami nanood kay Atty. Claire.
One-man team.
Oo, one month pero may ginesti siya nun na isang department secretary, hindi ko
Yeah.
maalala kung sino, baka si Angara nun eh.
Yeah.
Yun lang. Pero mas marami nanood sa kanila kaysa nanood doon sa
Hindi ko nga
hearing.
napanood ng second hearing para sa'yo.
Wala.
Nanonood ko.
Lalangawin yan.
Doon sinabi ni Bato, yung kay Trump, lagot
Oo.
sila. Yung mga tumulong sa arrest ni Digong, lagot sila kay
Yeah, nakakatawa yun.
Lolo Trump.
Pathetic, no? Ang
Oo.
pathetic
Yeah.
nila. They're so pathetic.
Tapos si Amy invoking yung kabataan.
Yeah.
Kailangan malaman ng kabataan ang
Jesus.
tama at saka mali sa hearing niya. Doon malalaman sa hearing niya. No? Tapos
So, si
Alan Peter
Ay,
pumunta hanggang Taiwan. No, binanatan yung statement ni Browner. Bakit daw tayo nakikialam sa Taiwan? May
Yeah.
one China policy tayo. So he totally missed the point. Bakit tayo naghahanda para i-rescue yung ating 250,000
Filipinos, yeah.
Nanood doon.
Sabi mo,
And baka bombayin yung Batanes and Cagayan and EDCA bases in the Philippines.
Saan pumupunta yung ano?
Yung discussion nila.
discussion,
They're
no?
running out of
Pero
ammunition.
yun yung binanggit ko kay Richard kahapon, di ba? Richard, na ang problema talaga when you have politicians na magaling magpaikot-ikot ng facts to create their truth,
Narrative, yeah.
that narrative, it actually confuses the masses na hindi lang, parang nagmimix
Oo nga,
sabi ni Alan Peter Cayetano, baka totoo yun. Hindi. Factually, there is a certain thing happening, pero he can create a truth that makes sense if hindi mo maintindihan yung nuances ng sinasabi niya.
Hindi kaya mga
Ang
ding...
problema niya, para ma-confuse yung masses, kailangan manood yung masses. hindi naman alam.
wala nga.
So they're hitting the wall, di ba?
Yeah, right
Sabi mo
now.
nga, mababa lang yung viewership. So it was an epic fail.
At this point, Kaya nga, sana, at saka hindi lang yun. Di ba, humingi sila ng supina para sa mga executive department. Hindi ginawa ni Cheese. Wala na.
Dinidefine na sila, di ba?
Din-dribble na ni Cheese eh. Sabi niya, kahit ako ay abogado, ay ipapasa ko sa aking legal department. Ako ito ko sabihin ng executive.
Magaling talaga si Cheese mag-survive, no?
Sabihin ng subpoena, no?
Magaling siya mag-survive.
Dahil, tawa ko rin, yan yung classic na dribble, di ba? Although, nagtapon siya ng mga ilang mga crumbs. Sabi,
Ayan na naman.
I agree with them.
Ayan na naman tayo.
Hindi issue rito ang subjudice. No? Nag-agree siya. Parang gusto rin niya ma-maintain yung kanyang...
Ayan na naman tayo.
No?
Oo.
You can see Cheese a mile away. Ano yung,
Sir Ronald, nakita mo, meron ng AI, how it started, how it's going. Ito si Aimee noon, namamangka sa dalawang ilog, tapos ngayon, namamangka sa lupa.
Oh, yun. Hindi pinag-usapan natin.
Exactly. Now, nasa Reddit na yan. So, yung mga Reddit people na fans, shout out by the way sa mga Reddit fans natin. I'm listening to you. Ginawa nila yan based sa discussion natin. Ito, expectation, reality.
Alam mo,
Namamangka sa lupa.
Usapan natin yung Senate survey. Tinignan ko yung kay Aimee, grabe yung bagsak niya talaga. Talagang...
Oy, may chismis
Pag ganun yung rating siya, talagang wala na to si Aimee today.
May chismis hindi ko sinasabi ko si Aimee yan, pero may nagsabi na mayroon isang senador na nagsialisan yung kanyang staff dahil sinking ship na daw yung campaign niya. At ang kutob ng tao, si Aimee Marcos daw yun. Dami nagre-resign daw.
Kung mag-aalisan dahil mataas ang sahod sa Senate eh.
Well,
Maraming perks yun eh.
Baka
Baka
kampanya.
13, 14, 15, 16, may 17th month pay pa yan eh.
well, unless mas malaking bayad sa mga ibang senador na mananalo actually. Oo, di ba? Yun. At baka hindi Karen yung kanilang boss, di ba? I'm sure that also helps. What's the point na may 17-month ka pero 10 times a day ka binabastos? Ginaganyan lang.
Pero alam mo ba, kung pinanood ko yung second Senate hearing, paano ka may engganyo doon sa APA?
Yeah.
Di ba? Paano ka? Di ba?
Sorry, nakakabobo. Nakakabobo yung argumento na binibigay nila. So, wala na yun eh.
Parang sub-Saharan Africa.
Oy! Wala akong sinasabi Tapos na yung news cycle. Tapos dadagdagan mo na naman.
Sa akin yan, ha?
Yung mga persona trapo dyan na ginagamit yung issue na yan para persona non grata tayo, alam niyo na naman.
Ikaw yung pinapersona ng grata mo.
Pero sa totoo lang, ito yung
Ka sa presinto.
bahala sila as if naman. Sir Ronald, kamusta naman buhay ni Attorney Jinggoy? Mukhang sumabla yung Sandigan Bayan moves niya na ipa-dismiss yung kanyang... Because he's a convicted, right? He's a
Kasi
convicted.
napaka-overwhelming yung evidence eh.
Yeah.
Yun yung problema niya. Si Bong Revilla may fall guy. Tapos namatay na yung fall guy sa kulungan. Yung chief of staff na
yeah.
yun, di ba? So, ito,
Pero yung pera napunta sa kanya.
Teka lang, bakit
pinagbabayad siya.
si Bong Revilla convicted yun eh.
Pinapasole.
Oo.
Hindi, na-absuelto siya.
Yeah, yung
Weird
chief
yun
of staff niya eh.
Weird yung kaso niya.
Yeah.
Na-absuelto siya, yung kanyang
Pero-
chief of staff naging fall guy, pero pinagbabayad
Pinagbabayad pa rin.
150, 170 million pesos. Kaya weird yung pag-absuelto.
Weird talaga. Kaya,
Talagang only in the Philippines.
kaya nakita mo joke ng iba pag nandun daw siya.
Pinagbabayad ka,
Pero hindi ka daw guilty.
Sabi niya, hindi ko naman kasalanan, nilagay niya sa account ko. Parang gano'n. Kasalanan niya. Basta ako, wala akong masabi. Kaya nakita mo yung joke, pag andun daw siya, tinatago ng tao yung mga bags nila. Ang sama ng mga tao. Nakakaputot siya, wala pa rin eh. Pero mga mananalin, malaking chance
Hindi
yan.
ko alam kung anong status ng kaso ni Gigi Reyes.
Oo, si Gigi Reyes.
Di ba tapos na? Inayos na?
Hindi pa tapos
Hindi
yun.
ko alam ko.
Ano lang, nabigyan lang siya ng temporary freedom na
Habeas
pumayag ng
corpus.
bail.
Habeas corpus case yun eh.
Di ba kay Enrile yan?
Hindi, si Gigi Reyes sila.
Kay Enrile yan, di ba?
Yung kay Enrile ay iba yung pan sa kanya.
Parang old age yung kanya na ano.
No. I mean, hindi ba close siya kay Enrile?
Chief of staff.
He's the chief of staff.
Yung chief of staff.
Exactly. So, that's what I'm
Nakulong
saying.
siya ng 10 years.
Yes.
Yeah, yun
Pero
lang.
alam ko, hindi pa tapos yung kaso.
Hindi pa rin.
Yung palang problema. So,
Parang Jinggoy case yan eh. No?
si Jinggoy walang chief of staff na pwede ipakulong na isa sa kanya. Yung palang purpose ng chief of staff.
I'm not too sure. Parang nakapirma siya eh.
The signature, yun nangyari. Now, I want to talk about two key things which I raised earlier kagabi, and I think this is very important. So I was talking to some people from different camps and sabi nila, okay, let's be realistic. Pagdating sa Team Liwanag, tawagin natin, mukhang Bam and Kiko lang talaga may chance. Now, of course, we hope more. But
Sino pa yun sa Team Liwanag?
no, Kiko, Heidi Mendoza, basically hindi either Marcos or DDS camp. I just call it Team Liwanag.
Basta anyone outside of
Sa Ronald, mamaya na yung mga sectarian fights mo with mga kabayan and all, okay? Anyway, ang point ng iba dyan is, the base case scenario is 9-2-1, meaning 9 na alyansa, 2 opposition, and then Bongo, basically. Because otherwise, there's a very high possibility na baka 5 or 6 lang manalo sa alyansa, and then 4 or 5 manalo na either pro-DDS, Bongo, Bato, ganun-ganun. Or medyo pwede mag-pro-DDS. I don't know, Ben,
I doubt
si
that.
Bro
I doubt
Jacket,
that very
ganun.
much. Dahil going into the election, which is practically 1.5 months away, no,
But Philip Salvador's numbers going up. Jimmy Bondoc had a double-digit increase. I saw the numbers kagabi.
but
I was shown some of the numbers.
machinery of the government,
There will be a 5% decrease.
May mga 5 to 15% yan. Tapos 5 to 15 naman yung dagdag sa administration. Mas ang strange dito, yung isang administration, tinanggal na si Aimee. Yung isang administration ay yung pamilya nag-all out support na kay Duterte. No?
Because ang laki ng kita nila noong time ni Duterte.
At hindi na dumadalo-
Duterte Gark.
At hindi na dumadalo sa campaign sorties, no? Si Camille. Hindi ko alam kung siya ay tatanggalin din. Parang in limbo siya at this point.
Hindi, parang on her own na siya basically, di ba?
Parang sumasama eh. Kaya baka mga 8 yung pumasok sa admin, tapos 2 independent, 10 yan, tapos yung 2 pagtatalunan. No, yung 2. Yun yung pinagtatalunan nila ni Bam, ni Camille, ni Abalos, ni Kiko.
Binay.
Si Binay, kasama sa 8 yan.
You think kapasak na si Anansi? You think she's sure na?
Si Francis malayo na.
nawala na nga.
Medyo Abalos mahirap din, yeah.
Lumalapit.
Pero Philip Salvador is making some increase, ah.
Ako, pupusta ako, di siya mananalo.
No, but But Ronald, look at all of the surveys we have had on Senate. No one got it right. No one got the number 1 right. No one got. There were number 5 and 6 before na hindi nanalo. Kaya, di ba, there was a time you said na if ikaw si Ben Tulfo na hindi admin, walang resources, kahit number 5, 4, 6 ka, actually you're not sure. You might end up number 13 or 14. That's what I'm saying. Okay, ganito na lang. For the sake of argument na lang, maybe we're looking at different numbers.
But
But
nag-argue naman talaga namin.
for the sake of argument, kasi baka hindi klaro, akala ng tao baka planted lang to. For the sake of argument, do you think it will make sense for yung mga supporters ni Bam and Kiko and Heidi Mendoza, since 12 yung option mo, to also support, I don't know, Pacquiao, Erwin, Tito Soto, some of these other people, to make sure na wala ng chance si Bato, na wala ng chance si Aimee, na wala ng chance yung mga ibang medyo dodgy na pwede pa mag-Duterte, to make sure you have enough numbers and momentum in the next
Well,
Congress.
ngayong 1.5
Tactically speaking, does that make sense? Strategic voting.
Yeah, ngayong 1.5 months to go at ngayon nagsimula na yung local election, dyan nga magdo-dominate yung special ops. No? Dahil
Sure.
dyan na gagana yung relasyon ng gobyerno during the midterm na napakahalaga nila dun sa mga local candidates, lalo na sa mga incumbent. Dyan na sila maglalagay ng utos na, ito yung ating slate. Ito ay laglag na yan. Even yung mga members ng admin
Yeah.
na hindi sila sigurado sa loyalty. Ngayon na yan, babagsakan na yan. No? Siyempre, ang dulo kasi niyan, sample ballots. No? Ang dulo niyan ay, pero yung special ops na sasabihan mo lang mga LGUs na,
Ito nang bobotoy.
may ipit yung ira nyo, may ipit yung apak
Yeah.
nyo, may ipit yung AX nyo, may ipit yung tupad nyo. Ito yung ating slate. No? Yung slate na yan, probably ay 10. Yung 2 sa 10 ay delikado. No? Sino yan? Sino yung si Pacquiao kasi nasa bandang dulo ngayon.
Yeah.
Diba? So, si Abby Binay nandun din sa kasunod ni Pacquiao. Tapos may 2 ka na hindi sigurado. Yung 2 mo, medyo talo na yun.
Yeah.
Francis at saka
So
Pacquiao.
4. So basically 4 are out.
May 2 ka na hindi na practically admin. Tapos may 2 kang independent na halos sigurado na. Si Willie Revillame at saka si
Ben Tulfo.
So, ang battle will be the last 2. Yun yung bakbakan.
So if ikaw, what do you think about yung strategic voting na just to make sure na okay, in theory, Bongo even being top 5 could be quite a statement considering the disadvantages and all.
Hindi siya
So,
magka-top, hindi siya na number 1.
hindi siya mag number 1, pero he could, no, because of that 5 to 10%.
Yes.
But even top 5, I've talked to some people from the other side, sabi na even top 5 would be parang kunyari a show of force by the Dutertes. So basically, if your team Liwanag, would you rather vote for Erwin and Tito Soto and I don't know 3-4 others to make sure hindi top 5 si Bongo and at most only Bongo lang will make it from DDS? Do you think that strategic voting is masikmura ng mga kaibigan natin o dapat kayang sikmurahin?
So-
Because I know it's a difficult question.
So, actually, interesting kasi habang...
Kasi 12 yung options mo eh.
Yeah.
Oo.
Alam mo, habang umikot nga ako sa Mandaluyong kanina umaga, marami ako nakausap sa ating mga kababayan. At napansin ko nga, marami sa kanila sinasabi nga na boboto nga nila yung mga top 6 na kaalyansa. Na pero alam mo na ito kasama na si Kiko, kasama si Bob,
Yeah.
pero iboboto nila, sisiguraduhin nga nila na
Interesting.
mapasok yung mga alyansa. They specifically said that mga kaiba kakamping na nagsabi.
Kasi mag-impeach sila kay Sara, tingin
Kasi
nila.
galit talaga sila
Sa Duterte.
sa mga Duterte at sa mga nagawa ng Duterte. Gusto talaga nila kumbaga, statement yung gagawin nilang vote. Not necessarily because they like the candidates of the Alyansa, but more because they dislike
Yeah.
the PDP candidates
Yeah, that's-
so much kailangan
Yeah,
nila
strategic voting, yeah.
And that's actually smart that they do that. Sana mas marami gumawa. Kasi tinanong ko, makukompleto ba yung 12 mo
Yeah.
sa Team Liwanag ni Richard? Hindi. Hindi mo makukompleto eh.
Tsaka historically, ang boto talaga ng mga Pinoy
8.
ay mga 6.
Oo.
Kalahati lang. Historically,
6 to 8, yeah.
ganun lang
Ay, 8 yung
ang
maximum.
nila. Hindi sila nagkukompleto ng 12.
Yeah.
Hindi ako magugulat na halimbawa yung mga pink ay pipili lamang ng 4. Para mas strengthen yung kanilang dalawa.
Yes. May
Oh.
mga ganun, single vote. Narinig ko na yun.
Dual vote lang.
Pero wag sana. I hope they support.
Dahil ang tingin nila, yung mga Team Liwanag ni Richard, sobrang layo, nasa margin of error, na baka masayang yung boto.
No, but you reinforce this 6, 7, 8 of Alyansa para pasok pa rin si Bam and Kiko.
Yes.
And you make sure hindi pasok yung kabila, Team Kadiliman, whatever. Parang liwanag sa dilim laban sa kasamaan. Parang ganun. No, but honestly, Sir Ron, I've been saying about this. I think yung propensity to vote ng solid North, ng mga Ilocanos, and again, sorry for sounding regionalized, but I'm very simplifying it, generalizing it. Again, I'll get into trouble for that. And let's say NCR, there's a higher propensity na pro-admin at centrist ang boboto kay Bam and Kiko kaysa DDS and some folks in Mindanao. Is that correct?
Yes, pero hindi ako magugulat na yung ibang mga kandidato are negotiating with the Iglesia ni Cristo
Yes.
and Mindanao Black.
Kurot-kurot lang din.
May mga ganun sila. Dahil ang feeling kasi ng iba, amin na yung amin na yung Luzon tsaka NCR
Which is not the case. I don't see it. Their numbers are like 18% in certain regions here. That's pathetic. That's
Kaya yun ang calculation nila, which is a dangerous
calculation,
Dahil,
yeah.
baka mawala pa sa iyo yung large chunks ng NCR at saka ng Luzon kung matitignan nila na lumalaro ka doon sa mga Duterte. No? At saka sa mga
Well,
Duterte.
Bam Aquino was with Sherwin Gatchalian. Sherwin is known as one of the biggest backers of Sara, right? Tingnan mo yung mga donors
Yes.
and all. What does that say? What could that mean?
Well, in-endorse din ni Cheesy Bam. No? So, baka
So, he's playing all sides lang.
balance out.
Okay.
Because it's about addition.
Yeah.
About addition. No? Ikaw lang naman ang subtraction sa kanila.
Ako yung subtraction from one side that can give more from the other side to more than No, but seriously, you think that kurot-kurot will work? Let's get a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit
I
here.
doubt it.
But
I doubt it, exactly. That's why ba't mo ako sinisisi?
Gusto ko lang patrahin sila sa
Ang lapit ng laway natin, nagkokontrahan pa tayo.
tingnan mo, yung ginagawa ni Bang ngayon, tahimik siya about the ICC issue. Si Kiko, tahimik din about it. And I don't know, is that really contradicting their position or their principles? O kaya that's just strategic at this point?
Baka ang tingin nga nila,
Huwag na nating antagonize.
sa kanila naman boboto yung mga pink
Oo.
Yeah,
Hindi na lang
even yan. But if you're solid North pro-admin na anti-DDS, may inspire ka ba to vote for Bam or Kiko knowing that they're a little bit like on this ICC and impeachment issue.
Oh, pero tayo lang naman ang nakaka-notice nun eh. No, yung mga karaniwan naman, hindi na nanonotice.
Hindi, kung sinong strategies nila, sinong strategies nila mga to?
Wala.
That's my point. Like, we're doing this for free. We're giving you good advice. I have access to a lot of the surveys that hindi pa published.
Baka calculation nila, yung karaniwan tao, hindi naman nanonotice yung ganong klase ng nuancing. Parang tayo nakaka-notice na, tahimik sila rito, tahimik sila rito. No? Baka
Pero makalusot pa rin sila.
Parang yung campaign nila ay very generic eh. Yung campaign nila, wala
The basics, yeah.
Wala controversial eh.
Yeah, but if you think about it, is it working? Kasi they are in the 13, 14 right now. Nandun sila sa linya.
Sinasabi nila, kahit nalabas pa rin sila sa 12, kahit pa paano, may improvement by increments.
Incremental.
Whether those increments will be enough going into May, is another thing. No? Yun yung
So what advice would you give in this case? Do you think they should keep with the same strategy of incremental increases? Kasi, one more month to go. Or
But is it
go out with
incremental
a bang,
increases?
like talagang
I saw some numbers bumaba. Actually, there's one that Bam is higher than Kiko.
And one Kiko is higher than Bam. I saw
But
that.
both are not in top 12 anymore.
No, Kiko and
Or
Bam
ever,
were
yeah.
in the top 12. But
No, Kiko was in SWS top 12.
Nasa top 5 siya.
Sino?
Si Bam.
That's
Sa publikos.
Yeah, that exactly.
Yung paborito ni Richard.
Yun na lang.
Medyo, sorry, may standards kasi ako eh. May standards ako
Pero
eh.
yun na,
Paborito eh.
SWS yung sabi ko.
tingin mo ba dapat Bam and Kiko should go for the knockout punch and go all out? Parang all or nothing to win it. You don't win by
Kasi baka yung increment nila, wala mangyari dyan eh. Baka they're just tipping at the
Or should
edge.
they do nga by points? So, ito, konti na lang.
Tiptoeing, sorry.
Mananalo tayo. At least pag matalo, hindi yung, alam mo yung playing it safe just to win by points. Kaysa yung go all out, pwede ikaw din yung ma-knockout. Ano tingin mo?
Hindi, kaya hindi ako tumatakbo dahil suicide bomber ako.
All out ka.
Ayan na naman tayo sa Ronald.
Pantoy, which side of history are you on? No? Yun yung sa akin eh. No, halimbawa, usapin ito lang na, ng impunity. Hindi lang ito usapin ng crimes against humanity. You have to position yourself there. Ngayon, i-weaponize mo yan para madagdagan ka ng boto.
Yan, para
No,
maganda.
yun yung sinasabi ko. Kaya, makaiba yung aking calculation kesa sa calculation nila.
Right.
Calculation nila, baka may 1 million votes ang election ni Cristo. Baka may...
Right. Baka mawala.
Oo.
By doing this, baka mawala to.
Oo.
Ito, net loss versus net gain.
Oo.
Yeah.
Eh, ako naman,
It makes sense.
I would rather lose na...
Taking the right stand than playing
Oo.
safe and then losing also.
Yeah.
Yun yung worst.
Pero ako sa team...
Liwanag? Oo.
Kaya hindi ako...
Basta ako, Team Trump. Gusto ko yung calculation ni Trump. Hindi ko pa rin maintindihan. Actually, hindi ko masabi kung mas maganda yung calculation ni Trump or yung calculation ng mga kaibigan.
Sa mga apo ko, pumusisyon ako dito sa ICC. Pumusisyon ako dito sa impeachment. Pumusisyon ako dito sa impunity.
Kasi
Hindi ko
tignan mo.
yung paliwanag, manalo o hindi. No?
Kasi di ba tingnan mo si Bam, ano pa lang nung sa issue ng impeachment ni Sara, tahimik na. Dating doon ng ICC, tahimik pa rin.
Hindi nga people's issues. Sabi niya. Hindi siya tahimik. Nagsalita siya.
Nagsalita siya na,
Dito people's issues.
oo, na neutral nga. In
Okay.
other words, kasi hindi ito yung importante.
Okay.
Parang-
Bago may mas magalit sa atin, let's make it even worse. So, meron tayo isa pang problema. Party list. Ang hindi maganda, yung numbers ng vote. Akbayan baka isa daw, si Chel, may chance. Mamamayan liberal, medyo malabo. Now, remember, you can only vote for one party list. Do you think that there should be a strategic conversation among Team Liwanag supporters na more of you should come out and make sure you spread it properly between both ML and Akbayan para at least Chel and Leila and maybe Percy and all get through?
Baka mahirap.
Mahirap, di ba?
Because of the nature of the party list. Na,
Ay.
hindi mo alam yung
Yeah.
2% until the final vote is counted.
Right.
So mahirap yung sabi, oy, hati-hati tayo rito. Hindi mo nga sigurado eh.
Kung saan pupunta sa dami-dami
Kung
yun
nakuha mo na yung 2%.
Yeah.
No? Ikalawa, isang boto lang yung pag mo eh.
Yeah.
You will be fighting against each other.
Yes.
Yun yung weakness ng party list system natin.
Magkakanibalize kayo.
Oo. Tapos yung pan mo, kaya tapos yung dominant sa party list na pinapasok na lahat ay yung mga contractors, no, yung mga warlords, no, yung mga actually bawal dapat yun eh. Yung gagamitin
Yeah.
mo yung pangalan ng program ng gobyerno.
Yes, oo.
Pangalan ng party list mo, halimbawa for peace, no, et cetera, et cetera. Bawal yun eh. May president na yan eh. Yung kay yung MAD, No?
Yeah.
Mamaya laban sa droga, something. Sino ba yung artista sa Ormoc? Si
Rico Gomez. Gomez.
Disqualify siya eh.
Tama.
Dati.
Yeah.
Dahil nga, hindi mo pwedeng gamitin.
Dapat ginagamit ka ngayon. Paano nakalusot?
Dapat may magsampal ng kaso.
Kung ibig sabihin Comelec, can I just say na hindi yan pwede?
Autopropio, hindi. Dapat may magsampal ng kaso. Dahil ministerial yung Comelec, dapat may magsampal ng kaso na i-disqualify ito. Dahil ginagamit
Si Guanzon, di ba, na-disqualify?
program ng gobyerno.
Si Guanzon, di ba si Guanzon na-disqualify?
Oo.
Parang ayaw mag-comment pag Guanzon ang tanong, Sir Ron. Takot ka ba sa
Hindi,
kanya?
mababa yung self-esteem mo. Mas level ni Haydari.
Ayan na naman tayo eh.
Level ni Haydari.
Grabe nakita mo, nag-back and forth kami. Kasi sabi ko, Team Kipoloy.
Pag ako,
Jokingly, nagalit.
Yung mga kalaban ni...
Nagdala.
Hindi, what doesn't destroy him will strengthen him.
Yun. Dumadami naman engagement.
Nakatulong ako sa pag-strengthen niya.
Oo.
Imagine mo kung makikipag-away siya tapos hindi siya na-test sa mga banat ko sa kanya.
Parang stab me in the front, parang sanay ka for stab in the back. We're going to the last part, but this is the most important part.
Ay, ibig sabihin yung mga nauna, hindi importante.